Before we explore what makes them different, we need to understand what Swedes and Danes share. The Bronze Age beginning. Both modern Swedish and Danish populations trace their primary ancestry back to the same Bronze Age event, the corded ware culture expansion around 2900 BCE. As we covered in the Danish DNA documentary, this migration brought people with Yamnaya steppe ancestry from the Pontic-Caspian region into Scandinavia. This created the genetic foundation that still defines both nations today. According to the Wikipedia Nordic DNA project, ancient DNA studies have showed that modern Scandinavians are remarkably similar to the corded ware people of the late Copper Age and early Bronze Age. This Bronze Age population brought Y-DNA, haplogroup R1A and I1, high levels of lactose tolerance, genes for light skin and varied eye colours, and Indo-European languages that evolved into Swedish and Danish. So why do they differ today if they share this foundation? During the Viking Age, from 793 to 1066 AD, both Sweden and Denmark were major powers, but they expanded in different directions. Danish Vikings primarily raided and settled westward, England, Ireland, Normandy. The 2020 Viking DNA study by Margarian and colleagues in Nature found evidence for a major influx of Danish ancestry into England during this period. Swedish Vikings, meanwhile, travelled east along Russian rivers, establishing the Varangian Rus and trading routes to Constantinople and the Islamic world. This directional difference in expansion would have lasting genetic consequences, as Vikings brought back wives and slaves from their travels. The Y-DNA haplogroup, I1, is often called the Nordic or Viking marker because it reaches its highest frequencies in Scandinavia. According to the Swedish DNA project, I1 originated in Northern Europe, probably in Denmark, and about 35 to 40% of Swedish males carry I1 or its subclades. This shared genetic marker confirms the common Bronze Age and Viking heritage. But as we'll see, even I1 distribution varies significantly between and within these countries. The Scandinavian language family, Swedish and Danish, both descend from Old Norse, the Viking Age language. They remain mutually intelligible to this day, though with significant pronunciation differences that often make verbal communication challenging. This linguistic similarity might suggest genetic similarity, but DNA tells a more complex story. Let's start with Denmark, since we already have comprehensive data from the 2016 study, the Danish homogeneity. The landmark 2016 study, Nationwide Genomic Study in Denmark, reveals remarkable population homogeneity by Athanasiadis and colleagues